Hello, 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 everyone. This is Pinkie, the housewife, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. A lot to talk about. Today is Wednesday, um, October the 1st. October is here. Yes, it is. Is it cold where you all are? I don't know. Let me know in the chat whether you all got cold weather. Tell me where you're from, and then I can probably guess whether you got cold weather. All right. Uh, Let me just see. Is this Omar? Black Titanic is in the house. Yes. Oh, I forgot to put some lotion on my hands. Black Titanic is in the house. Let me just go ahead and get the house rules out of the way. All right, let me get the house rules out of the way. And Black Titanic, if you ever want to come up, you know what you can do. If you decide you want to come up, if you're not, you can just sit down there and just enjoy the show. But if you do, just say drop the link. That's all I'll do. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and go on with the show anyway. Okay, but let me get opening up first. I'm putting lotion on my hands, guys. You know, my hands are dry right now. See, I just have to put this lotion on. Get it started, get it popping. Y'all know what I have to do. And happy October to everybody. I don't know what your weather is like, but my daughter and I stood out for just maybe 5 minutes today because we was being nosy. Because we don't see people in our neighborhood, you know what I mean? So we was being nosy today. He said, Mom, some people are working at the neighbor's house. We're just being nosy. So I said, let's step out and see. I said, let's look through the window first, the big window. Couldn't see them as well. So we really want to be nosy. So we went on outside and stood there. And I said, yes, I see you looking at me and I'm looking at you. That's what I said. You can say those things, 89 degrees. Too. But inside my house is cold. I'm cold inside, but it's warm here as well. Okay. Okay, I'm chilling. You sit back and chill. Okay. Let me go ahead and get these house rules on out of the way so we can get this get to the matter at hand. Welcome to the Pink House, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all know how we have to do it. And go ahead and hit that like button. You hit that like button, you know what YouTube do? They tend to recommend videos to more people that may like my content. Yes. So we need that, and I need that. Okay. Y'all need that so I can keep putting out more great content, And go ahead and subscribe to my channel. If you have not, I would appreciate it. It's free. It's free to do two things. Hit the like button, subscribe. It don't cost nothing to do these two things. No, don't cost nothing. $0. $0. You don't even have to put a credit card in. No, you ain't got to do nothing. But let me go ahead and say thank you, guys. All right. Now, I am carrying this on two of my channels today. Pinkie the Housewife and Pink Global. And I go by Pinkie on all my channels. And Pink Global is right here, guys. Y'all need to hit that subscribe button over there. Go over there and subscribe to that channel so I can go ahead and get monetized. I'm just right at the finish line. I just need a few more people to follow on over in the Pink Global. Yes, I do. I'm at the finish line. I just need a few more people to go ahead. All right, so I can be monetized because we don't want me to be just sitting around over there. Okay. Let me just, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the trigger warning up just in case. The reason why I do that, because there's a warning content. Let me say it again, warning content, because some of the images or content or language you may not like. That's why. It don't bother me because it's my job, Don't bother me at all. All right. How do I sound, guys? So am I coming out loud and clear? I put my thing a little closer. Let me show you my microphone. I normally don't like it. I keep it down, but I don't like it You know, most people here, they're sitting up like that. I don't like it. I just like mine down out the way because I got to see. I got to see. I want to see everything. All right. So let me just say this. We're going to be talking about David today. I got a lot of new stuff to tell y'all about David. The David case. The David case. What? Let me just say the David case, okay? And then Diddy. Diddy want to talk. Diddy want to talk, guys. Diddy, everybody can be talking to you. I can't talk to you right now. Diddy want to talk, guys. Diddy got something to say. I guess he said he didn't talk during the trial at all. He didn't get up on the stand. Now he want to talk. So, yes, he do. He want to talk. Y'all know what? I'm going to be sitting in my chair bright and early. The trial is this Friday, October the 3rd. Remember, September last month, on the 16th, September the 16th of last month, he was there for 1 whole year, made 1 whole year for the diddler. Yeah, because remember, he was arrested last year, September the 16th, on a Monday of 2024. So September the 16th this year of 2025, he was there 1 whole year. Now we all in a whole new month now. Whole new month. I guess Diddy said he ain't gonna spend Thanksgiving and Christmas. He don't even want to spend Halloween in there. That's a fun time for him. Because some people, you never know what they doing up in there for Halloween. They be tricking and treating on you and licking on you and no. But anyway, he don't want to spend Christmas in there. He don't want to say Thanksgiving, Halloween, nothing in there. And you know his birthday. Don't forget his birthday. When is Diddy's birthday? I said, when is his birthday? You said, have it passed yet? Let me see, when is Diddy's birthday? Is he trying to get out for his birthday? His birthday is coming up because he was arrested September the 16th of last year. And he had his birthday while he was there. Y'all remember? That's when his kids were sitting around the table and they had that beautiful, beautiful baby love on the table and singing happy birthday. Every time that child sings happy birthday, it just breaks my heart. I just melt to pieces when I see that little child singing happy birthday to Daddy. That's how she said. And it just warms my heart. That little child is so, kids are innocent, okay? That's what I'm going to say. That's why she melts my heart. Like, that baby is so beautiful. So beautiful. Okay. Hi, Nikki. Thank you for being here, Nikki Nicole. Thank you for coming. Okay. So we do have a lot to talk about. Okay. We're going to, let me see. We're going to go ahead and I don't know. I want to tell y'all about Portia. We got to talk about Portia. I know I didn't have Portia on my thumbnail, but we're going to talk about Portia. We're going to talk about Diddy. We're going to talk about David and what's going on with David case involving the Celeste decomposed body. We're going to talk about that. And there was one more person I really needed to talk about. I said Portia. Portia, Diddy. It was one more person that was on my list. Well, until I figure out who that person was, let me show you all this video. Y'all know I love to do this. I love to show a video at the beginning of my live. That's just me. And if I love to show a video at the beginning of my live, that's what I like to do. And this is what we're going to do right here. Now, this is a female. Okay. She got a drop. Her body is snatched. Let me stop with my shoulder. Snatched. Yes, it is. Now, I got a snatched body, but my body ain't built like that. I got a little skinny snatched body, a little skinny body. Look like a little boy body, little girl's body, a little teenage body or something. I I'm gonna build it up though. I'm gonna work on these here. I'm gonna work on all of this and have it uh, 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 like this here. My muscles gonna be jumping like that one day. Yes, I am. Y'all just got to give me time. We ain't say I'm gonna do it right away of this year. Maybe sometime next year. Okay, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. Okay. Oh, Lord of mine. Okay, that's BT is saying hello to Nicole. Okay, so we're gonna play this. This is a woman, and she got her body like, I'm gonna do that one day. But first, I'm gonna put on I need about maybe 30 pounds in order to get my body to look like that. Yeah, I put on about 30 pounds. And then when I put the 30 pounds on, don't just put it on and then work out. Put it on while I'm working out. So it can be turning and molding yourself into that. Okay. I used to be snatched. Nicole, I hear you. I'm my problem is once I put on 30 pounds, then I'm gonna be snatched. I'm gonna be that way, Nicole, and be like you used to be, and like this. I'm gonna do it, but not right now, because I'm just gonna just stay right here, right now, because holidays is coming around. That's a good time to put on some weight. Holidays. I'm gonna put on probably about. I'm gonna try to do about 10 pounds for Thanksgiving and 10 pounds for Christmas. October. Oh no, October. I can put on 10 pounds for October because that's nothing but candy. Well, candy don't do me no. Well, I'm gonna get snatched one day. Okay. I'm gonna build it up. But look at this woman. Okay, here it goes. She got music playing, and I know they're gonna tell me to take that music down. But right now, I'm gonna show the video as is, and then I can remove that music later. Okay, here we go. That's my superpower. We don't care for what they say. Bet you never seen a young black woman so fly. Sim Simmons arrived, got the heart of a lion, my Nigerian pride. Everybody scatter. They say that the task force is waiting for me outside. Yo, is you really down for the ride? If I get cuffed, now I dedicate my life. Gunfire, da. If it gets to kicking off, will you go there, ma? Will you go there, my side? Give me stainless gold. Think it's the time to finally take my throne. Forget that lane true, I made my own. I got the power in me, not afraid no more. Is the world gonna keep up? Clear to see they can't do what she does. Come on, follow the leader. Can't deny that you forgiven till you figure speak up. Don't y'all see that back? Let me show y'all that back again. Right there. Yeah, let me try to do it. It don't look like that, no. No, it don't look like that. I have to have on one of my tight shirts or a crop top or something, one of my crop tops. No, it ain't gonna look like that. That's okay. I give her 10. 10 prompts. 10. She get 100. We give it to you, freaking speed car. Ooh, don't break your neck. Looking for something like this. You will never find something like this. The way I still damn and go. You were showing us your back. I was trying to get that back pose. trying to get that pose. Nikki, I tell you. Okay. Let me okay. Y'all know I have to. Okay. Let me take it down now. See? I just had to show y'all that. Okay. I know they're going to say, take that music down. And I'm going to say, okay. That's all I'm going to do. Just say, okay. That's all. Okay. Now, let me tell you a little more about today. Let me just do something. today, let me see who I'm going to talk about first. Let me just see. Diddy. Let me go ahead and get Diddy on out of the way. Diddy, let me get Diddy on out of the way, guys. Give me 1 second. Okay. Now, one thing I can say, TMZ is on it when they talking about the Diddler. They be on it. Yes, they do. I'm putting this in so y'all can remember when somebody come in, you just say, hit that like button, hit that like button. Okay. Okay. So let me go ahead and get it started for y'all. Let me find that video. Oh, no, let me get Portia on out of the way first. Portia is the because she ain't no big celebrity or nothing. So we're gonna go ahead and get Portia on out of the way. It ain't like Portia some big celebrity or something. She is a celebrity now. Don't let nobody take that from her. Don't y'all go tell Portia I said she ain't no big celebrity, because Portia knows she is. She know who she is. So don't y'all be playing with Portia. Portia ain't got time to be playing with nobody. Okay? So don't y'all be saying that, okay? Portia allegedly got locked up, arrested. Yeah. She is not in the same place where Diddy is. No. She is not in the DMC. She is not there. Okay? Yes, because they have a podcast with one of the Diddler lawyers. They have the inside scoop. Yep, you're right, Nikki. Yes, you are. Inside scoop. Let me just show you Portia right here. Portia. Now, I did hear from a reliable source, okay, that Portia did get locked up, okay? People that I would say she's supposed to know, talking about her being arrested for, I think she said expired license, something dealing with a license where she was going way over maybe 75 miles in a 50 or something or less speed limit. And her license was expired or something. But y'all didn't hear that from me, because I'm going to let you hear it. Yes, you did. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you Porsche. Okay. Y'all know I love the clown. My name would not be Pinkie if I don't clown on somebody. Let me try to find it. Portia, where are you? Let me see. Here. Okay. Portia Williams panics after being sentenced for hiding her husband's wrongdoing. That's something else there. But I want to, well, we'll listen to this one too. This is that's wrongdoings about, saying that she didn't know that Salmon was a crook. And Salmon, I didn't call you a crook though, but Salmon was. He tried every which way to become a U.S. citizen. This man tried so many times, tried to become a citizen. He tried, but one thing I do give Salmon, he don't give up. He may not do it the right way. That's not what I would do. I would do it the right way. But he don't give up. He keeps trying. And they accidentally gave him what he needed saying, okay, Salmon, you can be part of the U.S., okay? But no, that wasn't good enough for him. Salmon was trying to do black people that's born here. But you wasn't born here, Salmon. You just got to do it the best way that they're going to let you be. He kept trying and trying, putting in applications over applications and interlacking. And when this one get denied, then he finally get an approval on this one. Then he put in another one for this different name. Ooh, Salmon. Until they finally caught on to his butt. And they think Portia knew about some of this stuff that he was doing and all of his wrongdoings too. They think I'm not talking about the haters. I'm talking about the people that can arrest you, people that can put you in jail, people that can deport him, people that sitting behind the bench. Though, people with power, people with a badge. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't listen. I didn't tell him, but he should have listened to somebody. I don't know. But anyway, let's see what this got to say. Oh, it's on mute. That's why, guys. Give me a second.
In January 1989, he's in cuffs again. This time for unauthorized use of a vehicle. Fast forward to May 19th, 1990, and guess who's back again in trouble? Mr. Simon, caught up on fraud charges. I mean, seriously, was Trouble his middle name? Having an immigration file as thick as a phone book didn't stop him from diving headfirst into felonies. Immigration came knocking after his fraud fiasco in May 1990. But did that deter Mr. Simon from dabbling in more shady deals? Not a chance. Just 6 months later, in January 1991, he was back at it again, pulling off another credit card scam. And to top it off, in April 1991, an immigration judge ordered his deportation. By March 1992, he was physically removed and deported from the U.S. But here's the kicker. Way back in '88, sneaky old Mr. Simon switched up his identity, slipped into the special agricultural work.
Like how they said, sneaky old Simon. Oh my God. Like he's a Pink Panther sneaking around. He is sneaky.
Worker program under a different name. He conveniently left out his rap sheet when applying and snagged himself a temporary resident permit, which upgraded to permanent resident status. He got his shiny permanent residency card in April 1992, just 3 weeks after his other identity got the boot. But in case you thought he learned his lesson, in December 2016, he threw his hat in the ring for naturalization. The government said a hard no, citing the unlawfully obtained temporary resident status. This man is relentless. In December 2020, he took another swing at it, failing at another application for naturalization. Made it all the way to the interview stage, but the government still said no because of his dodgy permanent residency status. Still, Mr. Persistent Simon didn't throw in the towel. In October 2022, just a month before tying the knot with Portia, he requested a hearing to challenge the naturalization denial. Surprise, surprise, the government stuck to its guns, doubling down on the decision, yet he still didn't take no for an answer. Come March 2023, he was back at it again, filing yet another plea to overturn the denial and grant him naturalization. But once again, the answer was a resounding no. Simon should have seen this train wreck coming, with chance after chance to let it go. And like Simon's mess wasn't enough drama, Portia is taking it really hard. The word on the street says she's absolutely devastated by the whole situation. Plus, the Real Housewives are getting ready for another season, and I'm sure she doesn't want this drama to give the other ladies extra ammo to take shots at her. But it seems there's more for her to worry about. According to an insider, the government has allegedly opened up an investigation into the situation. Portia was reportedly invited in by the police, and the insider claims they are working with immigration services regarding Simon's double life and faking his identity. Another source suggests that authorities believe Portia knew about her husband's fake identities and has been helping cover it up instead of reporting it as a responsible citizen. But what do you think about this? Is Portia going to be okay? Or is she getting into serious trouble? In January 1980,
I think she's getting in. She and I already got into some serious trouble. Ain't no thinking she getting into serious trouble. Portia thought she was marrying. What? Yes, she did. She thought she was marrying money, money, money. That didn't work. So she quit her job, and it backfired. She said, "Bye, bye, 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 housewives. I'm becoming a real housewife that I don't have to do nothing. I don't have to work. I don't have to lift a finger. Myself, my friend's husband, Goodbody. I got a Mr. Goodbody. So I don't have to work no more because I just sold him right from my friend. When I met him, I made sure I jump in that DM. Oh my God. Okay. Let me see. Can I find the one? What are you talking about? Portia was arrested. I don't think that is it. Whew. Well, anyway, they said she was arrested on for speeding, and that's why she got pulled over. And then when they the police checked her license, realized it had expired. So she was driving around. I cannot believe she been that busy filming on the housewife, filming the show that she don't have time to go down and get her license renewed. You could have did that online. You could have just sat at your computer at home and did that, girlfriend. But that's what they saying. And yeah, that's the main thing I want to let you all know about that. Yeah. Now, I guess she's going to have to just suck it up and just do her best. Just do her best and just suck it up. Whew, I sure do hate it for, Okay, let's go ahead and get on with the diddler. We'll go ahead and get the diddler on out the way because then we'll get the diddler on out of the way. And then once we, let me see, has to be more to it if she was arrested. Yeah, she was arrested for the license. Yes. Now, if there's any more, I just heard one of her friends, they was laughing at her. All three of them was laughing at her. A female and two guys. And one of the guys was laughing at her. I guess he act like he didn't know. I don't know. Somebody from the old network. Yeah. And somebody from, everybody know who she is. I ain't gonna say her name. Y'all just trust me. Okay. Just pull it up. Portia. If I can find it while we're talking, I'll pull it up. Okay. I had it up here, but Pinkie be dropping things really fast. Yes, I do. I be dropping things so fast. Okay. Let's go ahead and see what going on with the diddler. We're going to see what's going on with the diddler. Because diddler said he is not playing with y'all. He is ready to be let go. But he can't be let go right now. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the diddler right quick. Okay, guys? Let me pull up the diddler right fast. Here we go. Then I'm going to once I go over this, I'm going to bring up the video everything else so y'all can see it. They're going to be talking about the Diddler, and then also it's going to be about the Diddler, and then it's going to be about David case. David. All right. So let me go ahead and get that started for you guys. Okay, guys. Here we go. Okay. Diddy. All right. Now, this is from TMZ. Okay. Now, let me just say this. This from TMZ was after they did a video talking about the Diddler and giving an update on Diddy, the Diddler, and then David. Then a few hours later, they dropped this. Well, within a few hours, that this here was dropped. So, but we're going to look at this first, and then we'll go back and watch the video. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Y'all know Diddy trial is October the 3rd, his sentencing trial. Okay, October the 3rd. I think it's at 10, supposed to start at 10 o'clock in the morning on Friday. And I will be covering it like I've been covering the whole time. I've been covering the trial from day one. So I will be covering it again. So this is from TMZ. Diddy sentencing. Diddy got something to say before he go. This is to the honor. This is to the judge, Your Honor. This is to the judge. He got something to say. And word on the street is because he want to make sure he got something to say to the people that wronged him. That they didn't wrong him. He wronged them. To the people that came up on the stand that spoke out against him. Especially he want to say something to Cassie, say something to Mia. He want to say something to Gene. He want to say something to all of them. Okay. So, but we're going to go ahead and see what this is about. This is published today. This is from today. All right. So this is not yesterday. Before Diddy finds out how long he's going to prison, he got something to say to get off his chest. And he's planning to say it in open court. That's this Friday. I bet you that man is writing this stuff down. I bet you writing a whole book. He probably, I don't know how long he got this. They're going to give him time to stand up there, but other people want to do a victim statement. They want to say something. Some of the victims want to say something. So, but Diddy said, no, y'all going to let me talk today. So Friday hearing in federal court where Diddy will be sentenced for his conviction on 2 counts of the Mann Act. And y'all know what the Mann Act is. Okay. Okay. If you don't know, we'll talk about it. Okay. The Mann Act is a little more interesting now because he wants to address the judge, not just the judge, but other people as well. In court docs, his attorney, Tenny Gergos, says the sentencing proceedings hold significant impact to Mr. Combs. He wishes to appear before the court, address Your Honor, and allocute in the most dignified and respectable fashion possible. He want to act nice. Now, this is judge. This is the judge. They also asked the judge to allow Diddy to wear street clothes instead of his jail suit, clearly wanting to look his best for the big speech. Why would they say street clothes? Why could they say suit and tie or suit? And then have them to go find a suit that fit him. Why can't they just say suit? But no, I guess because he don't think he's going to ever get out of there. Let me tell you what I think. Because I think Diddy think he'll never get out a day in his life. Okay? So he want to get a chance to wear that swag. Put that swag on. Because my understanding from yesterday that Diddy prosecution want to give Diddy 11 years and 3 months. Because you remember, he's been convicted on 2 charges, the 2 victims, right? The maniac, right? And so they want to give him 5.5 years for each one of those counts. Yeah. They want to give him 11, but his defense team, his team don't want him to do that. They want him, Diddy proposing to his lawyer to tell him that, explain to him that he had spent a year in jail. And I wrote it down that Diddy, let me see, Diddy basically, he wants them to give him supervised release for 1 year, supervised release now for 1 year for the time that he served in jail. I'm going to throw my pen down on that one. You know why I say that? Diddy surprised that he is still behind? Yeah, he is surprised because Diddy thought he was going to be out long time ago. Diddy never thought he was still going to be in there. Okay? He never thought he was going to still be there. So this is a big surprise to him. Now, they're recommending 11 years and 3 months. That man is going to go stark raving mad. Stark raving mad. But you know what? Let me just say this here. He brought it on himself. Didn't nobody bring that on him. He brought this on himself. That's the way I see it. Everybody may see it different. Didn't nobody tell him to be doing what he was doing. Didn't nobody, because the stuff he was doing, that's purely criminal to me. So he brought it on himself to me. All right. The way he treated women, I would think he hate women. Well, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, he is surprised. So 11 that's what they recommended. 11 years, 3 months, the prosecution side. 2 counts for each conviction. Because he was acquitted on all the other things. Racketeering, he was racketeering, transportation, and everything else. He got off on that. And I don't see how, but he got off. So that, the jury was a bunch of fooleries. Those was nothing but a bunch of food heads. Because they didn't make no sense when they got off. Y'all saw that man when he got off the jury. He didn't know what the heck he was talking about. He just wanted to get his 15 minutes of fame, and then so he can write a book. Okay, but anyway, let me see. Okay, they also asked the judge to allow Diddy to wear street clothes instead of his jail suit. Keep in mind that Diddy did not take the stand during his trial, so this would be the first opportunity in court to say anything about the charges he faced and to address Cassie or any other victims. Perhaps more importantly, on Friday, it would be it would be a chance to speak to the judge about any potential rehabilitation. Oh, Lord. Guys, y'all see how I'm looking when you're talking about rehabilitation? Look, that don't make no sense. If that makes sense to anybody else, how the hell can you rehabilitate Diddy? That's like trying to rehabilitate. Let me see. I don't know. That's like trying to rehabilitate somebody that's been in prison 100 years, and then you finally let them out. They may be rehabilitation, may take it, but did, and he want to be on supervision? Who's going to supervise him? Like he has to, like it was suggested during the trial. Here have guards there, make sure he don't do this. Them people are being paid. They receive a check from him. He paid them. So they're not going to supervise him. They're going to just be yes men and do what he wants to do. Let him do what he wants. You can't put him on no supervised visit. Just like open the door and telling my dog Bella to go for it. Bella, go run, go run away. And Bella gonna do exactly that. And help me looking for her. Okay. What I stopped at supervised visits or something. Keep him okay. He want to address the victim. Perhaps more importantly, on Friday would be a chance to speak to the judge about any potential rehabilitation he undergoes during his year-long stay at the Brooklyn MDC. As we first reported, Diddy have been enrolled in the STOP program. Stop in the name of love. Stop before I break your heart. Stop. Yeah. No, I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work, guys. It didn't work for me. See, I just tried to do the dancing song and I can't even do it. So how he going to do no, that ain't going to make no sense. Okay. So he's only going to that program because it's going to look good and he ain't got nothing to do to give him something to do. What you going to do every day? Clean your toenails? With your finger? No, you ain't got nothing to do. Pull on your beard? No, you ain't got nothing to do. A course focused on preventing, this course, the STOP program, focused on preventing SA and domestic and dating violence. Oh, Lord, it's too late, Diddy. It's too late. At least one alleged victim, Diddy, a former assistant who testified under the pseudonym Mia, has filed a request to be in court on Friday to read her victim statement. Yeah, Mia, you go ahead, girl. You get it off your chest. Diddy faced a maximum sentence of 20 years, while the prosecutors have recommended he get just over 11 years. Really, it's supposed to be 11 years and 3 months that they're suggesting. So Diddy's speech is critical as it could impact whether the judge ultimately lands his sentence, whether he gets 5 years, 3 years, 10, 11, or 11 years and 3 months. We won't know. Or would he get time served? We don't know until all of this is over. That's all I can say. We don't know until it's over. Okay, guys? We just have to pray. Do this here. Pray the victims are happy and satisfied with his sentence because they're the ones that's going to be impacted. So I would say pray that they are satisfied with their sentence. No, you see what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that are going to be impacted. They're the ones that are going to fear for their safety, their family's safety, their children's safety, their mom or dad or whoever. They're the ones that are going to fear for their safety. So let's just pray that they're happy with the sentence. If he get a sentence that they're happy with, then I'm happy because they're happy. Not that it's going to impact me, but I'll be happy for them. You know what I mean? He's been too crooked this entire time. He's been crooked while he's been in there. He's been crooked the whole time. Did it surprise that he is still behind bars? Yeah. Now let's get on and see what TMZ got to say about this. TMZ, come on. Oh, let me find that video. TMZ video. Where is it? Y'all know I have to look for it. Oh, here it is. Okay. So this is TMZ. They put this out today. This is from today, this morning. All right. So Diddy facing 11 years And then they also going to talk about Diddy. They're going to talk about David case and David's case, where the investigators are doing, and they're talking about how the case in turns from to tragedy. It's just going down the hill. Okay. And the reason I say it's going down the hill because let me just tell you, allegedly, on word on the street, that a lot of people think that he's being framed, or if not framed, that he had part in it in some form of way. Because he is not sure. He haven't said anything. It's almost like he don't even miss the girl gone. The little girl. She's not, to him, he acts like she's not even gone. Like she's just still here. I don't know whether it's his mindset, but they have determined, allegedly, the LAPD have determined that there was a relationship between them two. Not that it's not supposed to be, and not that it's right, because that was still a kid. That's a child. Okay? Let me see. See what I had to let me see what I had on oh. Guys, remind me, I'm gonna have to bring y'all some new information on Dr. Dr. Umar Johnson. I got new info on him. I wrote 2 pages on Umar Johnson. And I got to make sure I tell it. Okay? Tell it. You all know her body was released to the family last week. Her body was released to the family. What was it, this week or this weekend? One of them. But anyway, her body was released. I think it was on Friday, or was it Thursday? But her body was released to her family. The part of the body that they do have, which is the torso and the head, because she was the arms and the legs was missing. And when it was wrapped up in the plastic in the Tesla, that 2023 Tesla that was registered to David. And they did search his home. They did a lot of searching. They spent hours, up to, I think it's maybe up to 12 hours at his home searching. But one thing they did miss, they missed the, it's like a credit card. Let me, this is not a credit card, but let me show you this. Just pretend like this is a credit card. I know it's not a credit card, guys. So we just gonna pretend like this is a credit card. It was, just pretend like this is a credit card, okay? Tesla's got one of these key cards, okay? And that key card is good if for some reason you ever lose your key. You got this here. But people can use that card, your card, if they find it, to get information off it, your information off it. But anyway, they found, a neighbor found that key card on the street down toward, it was like a little sewage area, where water and stuff run off into, but it wasn't like all the way in there. No, because the man saw it sitting there. So he found it and turned it in to the investigators, right? And because who else, although a lot of people in that area got Teslas, but who else gonna drop and leave a key card? And people are thinking, well, maybe that's a way, because the police didn't do a good job. Because if you're going to check, you're supposed to check outside too. Some of them is when I do that, that means half, they like bird brain. Y'all know who bird brain is, right? Ariel, coleslaw, they just like her. Some of them just like her, ain't got a lick of sense. Don't even know how to do their job. So when I say that, it's they spent all that time, all those hours running through the house, looking, checking, doing what do you call that stuff? Where you put over, it's a splatter, lumina test is one of them. Lumina test, luminant luminant test. It's a luminant test where they where you can check, you spray it over, and then that's where you see what the room or the area will light up where all the blood went. You know, they did that test and everything, but looking for blood splatter and everything. And so far, they're not telling what it came of it. They're not saying. Okay, they're very keeping everything tight lip and tight to the chest. They're not letting anything go. So we're waiting, and he has still haven't been arrested. But there's a video that went out showing they have went to, somebody pulled the prank at his mom and dad's house. You know that house, doing that video I showed you all last time we did a live. I showed you all one day this week, or was it yesterday, or the day before? I showed you all a video where he was sitting in the backyard, and he was talking and telling us everything, and they showed his mom and dad and everything. I did that video maybe a day or two ago, where they showed his mom. His mom was talking, his dad was talking. They showed his family, right? Not the brother and stuff, just his mom and dad, and he looked just like him. And everything. And they was talking about how he got started. So they went to that house. The police went to that house. And you know he's from Texas, right? I think it's Houston. But anyway, they went to that house because somebody called in, said they heard a woman screams coming from a female, and they heard pow shots. So the police raced to the house, pow drawing and everything like this here. And his mom first came to the door, and they told her why they was there. She wanted to know why they was there. And I'm surprised they didn't go in kicking down the door, you know, because that's how, you know how they act. They kick down the door. But anyway, and you know, nothing really happened. Mom didn't believe them, and mom just closed the door on them. Told her ain't nothing happened to him. Y'all must be at the wrong house, and closed the door on him. Then the other police officer told the other one, not again. She closed the door. We can't leave here until we know that there's nothing happening here. So then mom and dad, mom, both, they at the door again, and they let him know. They talked to him. That was a prank call. That was a prank call. And everything. Now, I forgot when they said that happened. It hasn't been that long. But anyway, because they found Celeste's body September the 8th in the car at the tow yard and everything. But we're going to let you all go ahead and listen to this. All right. Oh, yeah. Also, David's manager has been speaking out. His manager has been speaking out, trying to clear his name. Okay. The manager had the house. He was paying that $20,000 a month for that house. That lease was in his name. The minute he found out about Celeste, he ended the contract on the house, the lease on the house right away. Didn't care how much he had to pay to get out of it or whatever. He just ended it right away, right? So David got to go find somewhere else to go. And he's still laying low. But although he is still laying low, the brother, everybody, the brother, word on the street, it's allegedly though, but it's word on the street that his brother, they look alike, really. But his brother is taller than him. But I think that's his younger brother. I think David is the oldest. I'm not sure, but I think David is the oldest. But his brother, word on the street, I don't know. But that's why I'm going to say allegedly. But from all the stuff that I looked at, brother, they word on the street, they saying brother is trying to cooperate with the investigators, the people that, you know, the popo. That's what word on the street is. And if he is that a way for him to so he don't end up being tied? Because the record company already dropped David. The record label already dropped him. They dropped him as soon as they heard about Celeste. Manager and already terminated that lease, got out of that lease, and trying to distance himself from David. That's why that's why he's all over on social media, X and everything else, and trying to clear his name, trying to distance himself from him. And the label, everybody's trying to get themselves away from that. They don't want to be brought up in that. Okay, so, but let me see. And remember the video, we watched this video. I'm going to try to see and go back and we play it. The video of David when he was live, he was streaming live with Celeste sitting right beside him. That's when she had that hoodie on her head, her hoodie on, and then she had some big frame glasses on, trying to hide her face. And she was standing like kind of behind him, and they was live. And during that live, somebody said, let me see. Somebody brought up, she said it's controversial. She said, is it controversial? Is it controversial? And then when David turned around and looked at her in a way, and she put her hand up, is it controversial? And the reason why they were saying that is it controversial, and they said I'm going to spell it, RAPING, kids. Is it controversial? RAP, kids. RAPING, kids. Now, and then that's when David said, delete everything goes, delete everything goes. He was trying to get that stuff deleted because somebody was in that chat. They was talking about him fooling around with little girls, underage kids. And that's when he was trying to make sure it's deleted. I'm gonna go back and play that video. Okay. I don't know whether they're gonna play it here with TMZ, but if not, I'm gonna go back in my thing, the video that we did, and I'll play it so y'all can see that. People was on to him before she was on live. They was already on to him because he started a connection with Celeste when she was 11 years old. That child did not make it to 15. And I don't understand why people saying 15-year-old body. No, if you get unalived, if you're no longer living when you're 14 years old, you're not, when your birthday comes, you ain't that age. You would have been that age, but you was unalive. So that body was 14 years old when it was unalive. So let's say it like it is. Don't try to make her older than what she is to satisfy his devious behavior. No. Don't give him no credit. Because these grown men know better. You don't spoon food. You don't play around with other people's kids. And for the manager to say that he got a 14-year-old or 15, a child around her age. So you can't tell me that you all didn't know this child was there. She went on tour sometimes with him. Y'all can't tell me that y'all didn't see this child. Okay. Let's go ahead and watch this, guys. Let me make sure I got it at the right timing. TMZ video 8:15. Let me just check.
Blood pressure would be much lower right now.
Yeah.
All right, great.
Coming up,
The military years.
Okay, that's about Diddy. So I'm gonna go back here. Oh, that's they're talking about somebody else, Nicole Kidman and her marriage. We're not going to be talking about them. I'm trying to get past Nicole Kidman. Okay. Okay, I think they're just getting ready to end with talking about Nicole Kidman. We're getting ready to, they're going to talk about David and Diddy. Okay. My throat's scratchy. But y'all know I'm going to have to put something up here. I'm going to have to put something up here from time to time. So they'll be good. They be good and I be good. Okay. Here we go.
You know the first rule of comedy, right?
What's that?
Timing. So timing matters in divorce too, on when he moved on.
Yes, for sure.
Timing.
Tick tock, tick tock. The clock is ticking on Diddy because on Friday he finds out what his sentence is going to be. But today he found out what prosecutors would like that sentence to be. And it is vastly different from what his attorneys have suggested to the judge. Prosecutors want him to do 11 years, just over 11 years. 11 years and 3 months is what they have recommended to the judge for his conviction on the 2 counts of the Mann Act. So remember, Diddy has basically said he should be on supervised release for about a year.
Time served.
And time served of a year.
So maybe the judge is going to give him more than time served.
But we should say that the maximum he could get is 20 years.
And that's what I want to get into for a minute, because this is some racist, you know what, this Mann Act. The Mann Act was passed during Reconstruction, so black men would not date white women. And that's why they made taking somebody across state lines and giving them money, not just a federal felony, but 20 years in prison.
Well, 10 years. 10 years per account.
20, right, but
he has
but
2
he,
counts.
but he would get 20 years.
Right.
The idea of you know, again, think about somebody gets on a plane with a woman, takes her to Vegas and pays her for sex, takes her back. You're going to give this guy 20 years? This is a racist law. And look, Diddy,
when it was invented, you're right. When this law came out, it absolutely was, and it was only used to early on.
But I just want to make one other point. I want to make one other point, and then I know you disagree with this. Look, he's been a terrible person. I mean, what he did to Cassie in 2016 is unspeakable. He is awful for what he did. But you have to look at what he was convicted of. He was convicted of the Mann Act. He was acquitted of all the force, fraud, and coercion and racketeering. The jury acquitted him. The prosecutors laid out the case. The jury didn't buy it. So to sentence him as if this is about force, fraud, and coercion, to me, it undermines what the jury did. And, you know, give him, you know, come out with a recommendation of 4 years. But 11 years?
I think there's a couple things here. Number one, to say the Mann Act is a racist law, yes, when it was enacted 100 years ago, it may have been, or 130 years ago. Now it is not. And I have.
Wait, I disagree with what he's saying. The guy just started speaking in the light blue shirt. Although this law was enacted, it was formed years ago, okay? But still, the reason, just because, that's just like saying orange-haired man is not racist right now. Just because that man is always going to be racist. Oh, no, he's trying to help us. He's for us. No, he ain't. He was racist then, before he became who he is, and he's still racist now. Just because the law was enacted, it was to control black men from dating the white women or any other type of women that don't look like them, right? Put them in prison, right? And then now you want to say it's not no more. It still raises. It doesn't matter who all go to jail for it. But that's the reason it was formed. It was formed for that reason. You can't take the reason away, but now it's just getting everybody else too. But depends on who you are, you get more time than others. You see what I'm saying? Think about Epstein. The first time he went to jail, what did he get? He was able to go to work and do everything, leave there every day. Go to work and come back, and he was able to do what he wanted to do. Nicole, yes, he was crooked and cruel. Okay. 10 years, 100 years ago, it may have been, or 130 years ago. Nevertheless, it was over 100 years ago. Now it is. It is not. Oh, Lord, man.
Stats to prove it. 14% of people convicted of the Mann Act are African American. It's actually less than the population as a whole. So it is now applied in a race neutral way. And I think it's important to say that in the context of Diddy, that he's not being targeted because he's a racist law. He's being targeted because of a race neutral law.
Okay, so
that we all acknowledge he violated.
So let me ask you something.
You can still argue that
if
Did
Diddy
you tell he voted for the orange-haired man? In my opinion, you can tell.
didn't go across state lines, and he was just prosecuted for prostitution,
for solicitation,
right. Would it be a misdemeanor or a felony?
I suppose it would be a felony.
No. It's absolutely a misdemeanor.
Well, there are prostitution charges that can't be, especially when violence is
but
involved.
suppose your nose was a doorpost. That's not what happened.
No, but hold on.
That's not what happened.
I know, but the difference is a plane ticket. The only difference is a plane ticket.
The difference is the law.
And the law is a racist, antiquated.
It is not racist. It is antiquated.
It is
that is not racist.
It's a ridiculous. Would he have been prosecuted if it was just a Mann Act issue?
No, he never would have been. But he was.
But also, that's not what
you acknowledge every prosecution. I would say 90% of them have ancillary in the alternative causes of action that sometimes people are convicted under, and we still punish them for that.
I know, but then the question is, what do you give them? And what I'm saying to you is, if this were a state crime where you didn't cross state lines, it would 100% be a misdemeanor.
But it's not.
The only difference, Charles, is a plane ticket. Are you going to give somebody?
You are
not arguing what is. You're arguing what you think should be.
No, I'm just.
What is each conviction of the Mann Act carries 10 years in prison.
A maximum.
Is this a crime that requires intent?
Of course, every crime requires intent.
Right. So if it requires intent, what's the difference if some guy's going to have sex with a prostitute in Los Angeles and the prostitute's from LA, or she's from Indiana and flies to LA?
The worst thing that could have happened with Diddy is that he was prosecuted on state law crimes, because we know that he committed horrible acts of abuse. But he wasn't. But nevertheless, he was prosecuted. He was convicted.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And terrible, horrible.
I know. But this sentence should not be about that.
The judge has a lot of leeway here. The judge can give him time served, all the way up to 10 years per count.
Give him time. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying 11 years for this is ridiculous.
You are getting so worked up about just the recommendation from the prosecutors. That doesn't mean this is what the judge is going to do.
I know, but they're sore losers.
You know that the judge wasn't going to
save face.
If they were
sore losers, they should have said 20 years.
I think they think he's a monster and that he should get a lot of time.
He may well be a monster.
Right. And so if the law allows for 10 years per count, they're saying he's a monster, give him the 10 years per count, or give him, in this case, 5.5 years.
Did you even get to make the point you wanted to make that this was OJ?
I can't because we're out of time.
I'm Nina from Dallas, Texas. I feel as though Diddy is a monster. He deserves to serve at least 2 to 5 years. But I think to keep Cassie safe and the other victims, it needs to be done.
Yeah, I mean, 2 to 5 years seems to be kind of a range here.
So if the prosecutors had said 5 years, you would.
That's what
your blood pressure would be much lower right now.
Yeah.
All right.
Your blood pressure would be much lower.
Coming up. The military brass got a rousing speech from President Trump and Pete Hegseth. A lot of Pete Hegseth's.
I don't want to hear about them. So we're going to let it skip over them. And then when it skips over them, then we're going to start back. Okay? Because let it skip over them right quick. Okay. Okay. Here we go, guys. Now, oh my Lord. Let me just pull this down until we get past that name. Let me see. Oh, I don't want that name. Okay. Soon as we get past that, let me see, because that's Tyrese. I'm trying to get to when they start talking about David again. Let me pull it over here, guys, and see. Okay, they're talking about Celeste. Okay. I had to get past. So I'm going to bring it back just a little. Okay, we watched most of this yesterday. Well, I pulled it up from, I had it on my live. I don't think we watched it from TMZ yesterday. It was through a major news outlet. I want to say it was News Nation, maybe. I don't remember. But I think it was News Nation. Trying to get it right.
Or tragedy strikes again.
Well, again, we don't know where Tyrese's dogs are. He says he's here in LA. He did send condolences. He said he understands, can't imagine what his neighbors are going through, and he feels very badly for what happened. So we will see legally what happens with Tyrese going forward.
Coming up.
We are learning more about Celeste Rivas, the teenager. Her body remains were found in this Tesla of singer David. We are learning more about Celeste's home life, learning this from speaking to an ex-boyfriend.
She told me, my friend, that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents.
Be right back.
Welcome back to TMZ Live. We are learning more about Celeste Rivas, the teenager. Her body remains were found in this Tesla of singer David. The investigation is still going on. We don't know the cause of death yet. Even though the death certificate came out yesterday, the medical examiner has deferred the cause and manner of death.
So just to underscore, we don't know if this was a murder, a homicide of any sort, or whether it was an OD, natural causes. They just haven't said, and they said they don't know yet.
Right. But we are learning more about Celeste's home life, learning this from some video that we got, and also speaking to an ex-boyfriend who lives still in the same area where Celeste grew up. But he spoke to one of our producers. His young man's name is Damien. Says that he and Celeste started dating when he was either 13 or 14. But he says that she did talk about some trouble at home. And I don't know how much of this is typical teenager, or is there something especially different that was going on there? But this is what Damien...
We should just say, we have edited some specifics out because we have not been able to confirm them, and we don't want to do this, but he is talking generally. By the way, he's sitting next to his mother.
She said how her mom didn't treat her well or whatever, and she didn't like where she was at.
Did she talk at all about her relationship with her parents?
Kind of. She just said they were mean or whatever. She didn't like them.
What is your last memory that you have of Celeste?
We were at PE, and she told me, my friend, that she was running away, and she said it was because of her parents, and she was like joking about it, and she was like happy, like joking like she always was, and like it didn't seem real because like she was like playing around, joking about it, and the next day she wasn't at school, and like that's the last time I saw her.
Yeah, so she had run away, as you know, and we've talked about several times. She ran away in January of 2024, came back, and police got her in February in Hollywood, and then she ran away in March of 2024. Now, we're told that's the last time the family saw her, although there's some conflict over whether she came back after that.
Well, yeah, so it was interesting, too, his interview. I mean, that matches up with what we're hearing from law enforcement, that that she had some type of troubled home life, and that was the reason for her running away, obviously. And then we got this video yesterday, which was kind of shocking because we thought maybe the last time her mom had seen her, or her parents had seen her, was one of the last times she had ran away.
Right, in the spring of 2024.
So we spoke to a neighbor directly in an apartment right next door to where she lives. They had Nest camera. I believe we're going to show it.
Footage that was, this is from September 7th, 2024. And Celeste is the woman you see there. She was arguing with the neighbors because some kids were
so the context of the video is she lived right next door. Kids in the apartment building had ding-dong ditched her house. So she was going over there to confront the kids. And at the time, they didn't. The neighbors didn't really think anything of it. They're just like,
they had seen the missing posters, but they was like, oh, well, she's here.
After she left, they were talking. They're like, oh, that was the girl from the missing posters, because the family had gone up and down the block with the missing posters back in April.
So the idea here is that she came back in
September 2024
to her family.
Yeah, so
Anakin, come over here for a second.
We don't know if she was back there staying with them or she just went back to visit.
But she was clearly right next door to her family home on September 8th.
We have a mic?
We spoke to Celeste's mother before she was even identified because we got a tip. She only speaks Spanish. Anakin speaks Spanish, and you talked to her.
Yeah.
What we reported was the last time the family saw her was March of March of
April.
2024.
So I never got a specific month from her. All I know is that she said that she hadn't seen her for a couple of years until news of her death.
A couple of
Well, it
years.
certainly wasn't a couple of years because
She
was there.
No,
until-
that was last.
Right, the mother had
to her house.
If it was September, it was less than a year.
Well,
Yeah.
certainly at that point.
She saw her in September.
Yeah.
What's really striking about this incident, though, is it is exactly 1 year before the body was discovered in
To the day.
in David's Tesla to the
That's
day. You know, the neighbors told us that
Oh,
they
God.
thought that she was.
This is that video, guys. Let me pull this down. This is the video I was talking about right here. This is the video. You're going to see it in just a second.
He was discovered in
To the day.
in David's Tesla to the
That's
day. You know, the neighbors told us.
That's the video I was talking about. She got on that hoodie, black hoodie, and those big frame glasses, and the hide her face and everything. And someone says that's why he got his hand there, and you see her like doing this here too, because somebody said at the time, they said, she said, is it like that? And then David said, he said, he did say, I did media training with you. Let me say exactly. He said media training with you. Yeah, he said, I media trained you. He turned around and told her, I media trained you, meaning he told her how to speak and how to answer questions and stuff from the media. He said that before he knew. I media trained you. And then she said, then she said, is it controversial? RAPING kids. And then he said, then David said, delete everything. Everything must go. Everything got to go. Everything goes. That's what he was saying. And he was trying to delete that because he know he got people recognize. It's like, this is a child sitting here. And that's why the person asked about RAP in kids. And you see him doing this here. And then oh yeah. You see that face?
Was that they thought that she was just back home, but it seems like she was going back and forth.
It seems that way, and it's different.
Now, she did go back home. They put this was out. If you look at this last seen April 5th, 2024. She came home in September. That's when you saw that video. Let me make sure. That was September. She came home. Celeste came home. When you saw that video of her standing in the yard arguing, talking to those neighbors or having a disagreement with those neighbors, that was September the 8th. September the 8th. The poster said they last seen her in April. And then a few months later, a little later then, but September the 8th of 2024, this is all the same year, she's at home. Where was Mama? Was Mama out of town or something? Because how did everybody forget that she came home? The neighbors across the street didn't forget. This video, that's her. That's her. So how did they forget that she came home? I don't know. Beats me.
From the initial report, which was
that she was
the final
just
time
gone
she
to
was seen
Hollywood.
was in March, and she went to Hollywood, and that was it.
Right.
Hello, my name is Tori. I'm from Mississippi, and I really hate how there's so much concern for her now that she's gone, and not when she was gone running around with who knows what. Now, the family is just as much to blame because of their negligence. And with so much information coming out, I'm really not sure who to believe. But what I do know is those parents should have taken more concern when their daughter was underage and not home. Where were you?
They did call the police. We know that.
They did call police. We know that family members were looking for her and taking steps to try and find her. But yeah, it was clearly a troubled time at home.
Let me just do this here. Now, you said, let me pull this down. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just take this down. Thank you. What is this? Jose Laura. She came out and streamed with him in December 2023. Her parents knew everything. I think so too. The reason why I said, I didn't mean to do that. The reason why I said I think so too is because how did you not forget in September that she was at the house too? And if that video from the store, from that liquor store, and daughter, when she saw it, and the liquor store owner told him, yeah, she got in a car. He did see her that morning. Can I get on? I want to talk a little bit. I have let me wait till I drop my link. Then when I drop my link, but right now you can go ahead and say it in here, Laura. Let me wait until I drop my link, okay? Because when people I haven't known came up, if I don't know you, I do have to see your face in the green room before I let you speak. But yeah, wait until I drop my link. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Pink House. And Black Titanic said, whoa, crazy. Wow, crazy. It is. Her parents had to know. Her parents had to know. You can't tell me her parents didn't know. Now, you said you want to talk a little bit. Is it about Celeste? Let me know what you want to talk about. Is it about the case, the David case, the investigation? Let me know. But yeah, somebody had to know something. Somebody had to know something. It seemed like they wasn't looking that hard to me. Maybe sister was. You know what I mean? Yeah, about Celeste. Okay. Maybe sister was. Because she's the one that went down to the store, the liquor store. That was March 19th. But the first missing poster was posted in April the 5th, right? April 5th of last year. The first missing poster. Okay. Now, let me just do one more thing and then, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Let me find that last video. Okay. We're gonna this is News Nation, guys, right quick. They dropped this today. So we can hear any updates on it. Now, I did save this. I'll only listen to about that much. I did save it because I want to be surprised like y'all. Okay. So we're gonna watch it together, News Nation. Okay. Let me go ahead and get it started.
That this was a car that belonged, or
I watched more than just a little. Well, I watched about that much again. Let me bring it back. And here we go, guys.
bring in former FBI agent Bobby Chacon for more answers. Bobby, why have there been no arrests?
Can y'all hear that?
Well, because first of all, it hasn't even been deemed a homicide yet, right? So the medical examiner's office is still carrying this as a cause of death as deterred. So they haven't determined it yet because there are a lot of tests still yet to come back to determine it. And because, quite frankly, in the advanced state of decomposition.
Who just had a defense attorney? Was it David or who?
And the dismemberment of the body makes all of those determinations more difficult.
You're saying there's a possibility, and when you listen to the LAPD commander, that she could have died from an accidental death, natural causes, something else. She wasn't killed, but someone panicked, put the body in the car. And by the way, leaving the body in the car, which was apparently there for weeks, we don't know when the body was deposited.
Yeah.
That tells you something about this. That leaving it in the car, they have to have known that that car was going to be towed.
Yeah, it looks like somebody was tasked with driving that car somewhere and depositing those body parts elsewhere. And they somehow, for some reason, didn't get to do that. And that's going to be part of the investigation. Because you don't, like you said, you don't leave a body in the trunk to get found because you know it's going to be towed at some point if you abandon it. So I think somebody was probably tasked with getting rid of that body and they just failed to do so for whatever reason.
Another way of looking at it is, did they want to set someone up, knowing the car's registered to him, knowing it's going to be found? You put that to the side. This idea of the footage, which I think is really significant. There was footage of her from March of 2024 that came out. Now footage of her from September of 2024 changes the timeline. How does that help investigators? What do they do with that footage?
Well, I would go back to the family and say, if you reported her missing in April and then never reported her being found, why do we see her in her neighborhood in September? You know, months and months after the family first reported her missing. And so the family has some, I think, explaining to do because initially it looked like when she left in April of 2024, they hadn't seen her again. And now that doesn't appear to be the case.
What do you think authorities know that we don't know? I mean, they have confirmed certain things. They talk about, you know, that this was a car that belonged or was registered to David. They talk about that she was dead for quite some time, but they haven't even confirmed what the relationship may or may not be between her and David. I mean, do you think they know more? Do you think they know about this relationship? What do you think they know?
I think they know all about the relationship from her friends, his close circle, his posse that surrounds him. I think they've done extensive interviews with those people, the neighbors in that neighborhood, what they saw and what they heard, and everybody associated with him, both in his record business and his personal life. I think they've interviewed all those people extensively. I think they have a good handle on what the relationship between the two of them are or was. And I think they're waiting for that final stamp of approval for the medical examiner to say, okay, this is a homicide. Now, how they're going to get to that point, I don't know. They've already done all of the physical exams of the body. In fact, the body's been turned back over to the family for whatever they'll, you know, dispose of it as in a cemetery or whatever. And so the medical examiner no longer has the body, but they've done everything they could to examine it. And now they've, you know, they have tissue samples at a lab being further examined. But, you know, until you get a declaration of a homicide, it's really difficult to charge anybody.
What happens? Do you think it was significant that they searched that property, reportedly maybe found electronics, maybe we're looking for forensic evidence of some kind, maybe linking Celeste there, and then he moves out of the property? I think the New York Post reported it was $20,000 a month he was, he was renting that for. What do you think's going on there?
Well, I think they're analyzing the electronic data off of his computers, off of his cell phones, and things like that. Tracking down a lot of different calls that were made, cell towers that were used, and they're trying to build not only the timeline, but the geographic areas where they were operating in.
All right. Well, this is a continuing story. Hopefully we'll be able to follow it. Former FBI agent Bobby Chacon, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, let me just tell you this. I was looking at trying to see more new information but I want you all to see this. I just saw it. Okay. I just saw this. This is, y'all, let me just tell you, I watch Law and Crime Network all the time. I love them. When I say I love Jesse, I love all of them. I love watching them. Okay. This is 3 hours ago. It says guns drawn at David's home after teen's body found in trunk. I have not watched it. I just saw it. And y'all know I Ain't no sense in me watching it later. We getting ready to see what's going on. Okay, and I already did my due diligence on law and crime, just like I always do, because Pinkie got the Law and Crime with Jesse. If you don't watch it, if you been on my live forever, y'all know I love Law and Crime, and I always when there's a big story, we watched a lot of their stuff when it came to the Diddy trial, when things was going on in the courtroom. Okay, because Elizabeth would go into she was in New York, and Jesse would be talking to her whenever they go on breaking lunches. She'd come across the street and get set up and go live. So, I still follow them. Here we go, guys. Y'all listen to this.
Yeah, that's an out-of-state number. Someone's messing with it.
I have not seen this. I just saw it while we was playing that other video. So here we go. Get your stuff ready, because whenever I put a video on, we always see new stuff we never seen before. Always.
Were David's parents victims of a swatting incident as police investigate the discovery of a dead body in a car registered to the singer's name? Is he being targeted? Is he being framed? We have the body cam that we're going to get into. Plus, this young dead girl, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, her apparent ex-boyfriend is speaking out. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber.
Yeah, I know that's his parents' house. Apparently, someone called and said they had a dead in the house, and it was a prank. Yeah, we talked about that before you came on into the live. I told them about the popo. The police came to the house because somebody had called in and said they heard a woman screaming, and some pow-pows going off. And so they rushed over to the house, and mom actually came to the door when they knocked on the door, came knocking and stuff. And mom didn't take it seriously, and she just closed the door on them. And then the police told the other one, knock again. We can't leave this until we find out exactly what happened. We got to clear this. So the other officer that was standing in front of the door knocked again, and mom and dad came to the door. Yeah, I saw that video. I watched that entire video, and I talked about that one. Thank you. Yeah, it was a prank. Ain't that something? People are crazy.
Such a strange update in the David story. We've been covering every aspect of this investigation of the body of teenager Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who was found dead in a car that was registered to singer David out in Hollywood. This happened at the beginning of last month. There have been no arrests. There have been no identified persons of interest, no suspects, no confirmed relationship or connection between David and Celeste, who, by the way, when her body was found, it was one day after she had turned 15 years old. But now we have something new. Now we have this new video, and it is so weird. Not even sure if it's connected or ties into this case per se, maybe. We're going to discuss it. So TMZ obtained police body cam footage, and this is from days after.
That's the same video I watched. The same one that I watched, where they came up to from the side of the house onto the porch. Yeah. And then not last week, a couple of days ago, I saw the video of him in the backyard talking. And his mom and dad sitting, doing an interview too.
Celeste's body was found in that 2023 Tesla. And police show up to David's Hempstead, Texas family home. So we're talking September 18th, after Celeste was ID'd. And the Texas officers, they respond to this home, guns drawn, and they respond to a report of gunfire.
I'll go out wide and keep you covered. You want to tap the door? Just wait for me. Because I'm going to keep you covered. Please. I got you covered. Come right here. There's too many windows. Here, knock on the door. Dude, we got a phone call from here saying that somebody was dead. What? Is there somebody else that lives on this property that has your address? What's your address? That's it.
That's it. That's what actually got.
We got an address. There was a gunshot and a woman screamed. I'm serious. That's why we came up here like this, because and then they talked to the caller. Whoever they were talking to said that there's a person dead.
No, sir.
So officers have guns drawn. They're ready, thinking someone might be dead. And there is just seemingly a lot of confusion by David's parents. They don't appear to have any idea what's going on. They close the door. So let's see what happens next.
Ma'am, we got to figure out what's going on so we can leave, okay?
Very advised. We made contact. They said nothing happened here. She shut the door. Now she's calling 911.
Sir, we haven't received a call.
I believe she's going to be in the process.
Go ahead, give him a call if you want to verify it. Okay.
All right, she's calling you now. There's more that went on.
Can you repeat, sir? Broken traffic.
Oh, that's not normal activity. If you were at the wrong address, they'd be concerned about somebody else. Like really? Like, you know what I mean? Maybe they'd be trying to help.
Can you send Tinder for you, sir?
Sorry to bother you, but somebody called and said there was something. There was a person that they called on themselves. You know what I mean? It was like, hey, there's somebody dead.
Someone dead.
That's what we have. We have to take caution. You know what I mean? I'm trying to scare y'all. This house is way off the roadway.
So you just open the gate and came in?
Yes, ma'am. I'll put it back. I have a gate just like it.
I think it's probably my
Yeah, when it's something like that, when they say somebody's dead, their life matters more than, you know what I mean? I didn't damage your gate. I just opened it.
And that is when there was a realization. Did someone just prank them? Are they the victims now of swatting?
They ain't on their phone.
And this is not a Texas.
Yeah, that's an out-of-state number.
Someone's messing with us.
But whoever it would ping here though, because wherever they call from, it pings and sends it to dispatch.
What?
So like whenever you call 911, wherever you are, it sends like a ping to that's how they know the address.
And this address came up to this number?
Yes, ma'am. That's where he was meeting. Terminated engine 42.
So it says somebody in my property?
It could be. We'll check the property for you. Yes, please. So we'll ride around. If you give me a layout, how's the property? Like, does it go further back?
No, it doesn't go any further back. It's right here.
There's a fence, there's a gate here, and the fence around. Well, him and I will ride around and check, and then we'll leave.
Yeah, okay. So that was a false alarm. See, I don't like this kind of thing. So if I really do have an emergency, then
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Sorry.
If you have an emergency, you know we're going to be here.
Okay.
We're going to get here.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you,
Thank you.
All right. Y'all have a good night.
Someone is messing with us. Yeah, it's pretty scary. And you can see David's mom wondering whether someone is still on the property. By the way, if you're a fan of Sidebar, if you're a fan of what we do here at Law and Crime, you might be wondering, how are we able to get...
Now, y'all see that? You all see that? That's the video I was talking about earlier, about that prank and everything. Mama just closed the door on him. She ain't thinking about all that. Mama said she ain't thinking about it. She's going to close the door. You got to come up with a lot more than that before I let you in my house. Oh, my God, guys. Let me just... Okay. Let me just bring it back up to you. Okay, here we go.
David was in the home when this was going on. According to TMZ, the police report indicated that officers spent another 20 minutes on the property, possibly to see if anyone was there. It appears this could have been an instance of swatting. We don't see any kind of confirmed continuing investigation into this or whether or not there's been any arrests. Is this connected to anything regarding Celeste? And I will tell you one thing I wonder, there is a theory that David was framed. Right? A body was found in his car in a public place. Does this connect to that? Is he being targeted in some way? I might be speculating, but I want to discuss it. So let me bring in Colin L. Schmidt, retired FBI agent, president, CEO of Kronos Investigations. Thank you so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it. Okay, the timing and the circumstances of this, weird. No, out of all times for this to happen, as the body's discovered in his car, after she's been identified, for there to be a potential swatting incident where somebody calls 911 with a fake allegation, a fake crime for their property, out of all people, out of all times, it's weird.
Well, it's weird, but it doesn't necessarily surprise me because this case has taken on national significance in terms of people paying attention to it. And there are bad actors that understand how to bring harm to somebody by way of swatting. So somebody called the 911 system down there. They found the address online and were basically made up a story for the cops to go there. And then they went in, and fortunately the police were very professional and they were able to immediately understand that it was a swatting incident and wasn't a legitimate call.
What did you make of the body cam?
Body cam, I think the parents were scared to death. Law enforcement coming to their front door with guns drawn, they had a reasonable reaction that I would even have, even though I've been in law enforcement for 28 years. So that's really what the insidious nature of swatting is. You really put people at danger because those parents, if they had come to the door with a gun or resisted in some way, law enforcement would have had a duty to defend themselves, and it would have been a disaster.
That's a really, really good point. I will call out just the professionalism of the officers during the course of this as they're trying to make sense of what happened. Is it accurate, if I understood correctly, that the only way someone would have been able to make a call and for it to be pinged back to that property, that person who made the call has to be on the property?
That's what I was thinking.
No, not necessarily. So what the FBI actually just recently had been started investigating is these VoIP systems where they can basically impersonate an address by way of GPS, and then the 911 system, takes note of that and thinks it's coming from a particular address. But also, we don't have the recording of the 911 call. The call may have come from some other source or some other area, and they just said that this address is a problem, and this address has these things going on there, which prompted the police to respond.
Do you think they'll be able to find out who did this?
But how do you account for the ping? It had the ping from that address. So that I'm thinking like Jesse. I would think somebody was on the property with some type of other phone that's not their own, because they don't, and then they call, and then they get out of there, hang up or turn their phone off so it won't ping no more, and get the heck out of there before the police arrives. You never know. That's what I was thinking. They did the call and then they got out of there.
Recently, the FBI has gotten very good, especially if they're using internet services by way of VoIP to make these swatting calls. If it was just a local person who called in, most of those 911 systems do have a trap system where they trap the numbers where they call in, so they can immediately identify the number and the caller ID, so to speak. And they have agreements with the telephone systems like Verizon, AT&T, so they can get that information as soon as possible.
Here's my thought on how this possibly is connected, and I'm curious your opinion on it. So I think it is bizarre that Celeste's body was in a car registered to David out on a public street in LA. And the reports indicate that that car was there for weeks, that it got a ticket, that it was towed, that it was impounded. Her body was decomposed. So if we assume her body was in that car for quite some time, we don't know exactly when it was deposited, but assuming it was in that car for as long as that car was parked there, it does make me think, and we've seen theories online about this, is it more likely that someone deliberately, they were purposeful to put that body in there to make sure it was found, to make sure it was connected to David, as opposed to the idea that the body was out there and it was found before the perpetrator had time to dispose of it. Now, if I accept that, if there was this idea to frame David, if he is being targeted, is it possible this alleged swatting call was done with the same intent, the same person? Is there a connection in that way, or am I really reaching here?
It's possible, but not probable. It just appears that somebody was harassing his family by way of this call. Going back to the car, you're spot on. Their car comes back so directly to him. Law enforcement has to take a step back and always ask that compelling question, or the alternative. The alternative question is: was he framed?
I'm sorry, I accidentally drop that. Here we go.
Multiple weeks. So that's where it leads credence to the framing theory. But the bottom line is the law enforcement is going to gather all the facts. And now, because of the swatting, depending on where the call came from, the FBI will likely start to get involved. And eventually law enforcement is definitely going to get the answers to all these questions.
Well, let me ask you, do you think law enforcement is looking into this in connection with the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez? In other words, look, we're at the point here on Sidebar where we're trying to analyze any update in this case because we really don't have a ton of information. Other outlets are doing the same, whether it's connected to Celeste or not. Do you think this is a piece of the investigation? Do you think LAPD is...
I did drop my link if anybody want to come up and just say a few words, because we got 15 minutes before we leave, before I end the live. If you do want to come up and say something, try be respectful. But if you have never been up, you do, while you're in the green room, show yourself, show your face to me, okay? And then you can put your avatar back up, okay? And you only get a few minutes to speak, all right? Let me just continue to play. Thank you, guys, but we'll be leaving in about 15 minutes.
Looking into this potential swatting incident?
Absolutely. So basically what they're reaching out to that law enforcement agency who's already reached out to the 911 system and their tech people to find out where the call came from. And if it was a VoIP system, they may bring in the FBI to help trace the ping, so to speak, to get to the person who actually did this. And then, of course, once they identify that person, they're going to see if that person has any relationship to the victim and or the person of interest in this case. So yes, definitely LAPD is reaching out down there and they're trying to get all these puzzle pieces and put the picture together.
I'm going to get into a minute. We have a new update regarding Celeste's apparent ex-boyfriend and what he had to say. I'll get to that in a second. I just want to jump on something that I mentioned. I'm not crazy in thinking that there is a possibility that this was deliberate for the body to be found. I mean, the other way of looking at it is, I think when the initial reporting happened, that we thought that car might have been out there only for a few days before it was towed. If it had been out there for weeks, okay, either someone panicked and didn't have enough time to dispose of the body, which again seems strange, or was it supposed to be found? I mean, where do you stand on it?
Well, it all comes down to context and timing. If somebody put a car on my street and if it's there for 2 or 3 or 4 days and it doesn't fit the environment, I'm going to call the police. The police are going to do an investigation. They're going to run the plates and they're going to do everything they did do. Typical LA fashion, the car was there for weeks and weeks and weeks. And so the people there just kept walking by it and ignoring it. And it wasn't dealt with. And I think whoever left it there, it looks to me, normally the car would last a week or two if it's a.
Okay. Is this the same person? Okay. Let me bring you up, okay? And if
I'm gonna take my camera off real quick.
say your name again for me.
Jose, you call me Jose.
Jose, thank you for coming up.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead and speak.
Okay, so I don't know. I feel like the parents are way more involved than we think. I feel like her parents, Celeste's parents, knew a lot.
Yeah.
About David, because so the first time she was reported missing, right? It was I looked at her mom's like Facebook
Residential street before it's going to dealt with.
Say it
right?
again.
I
I'm
looked in her mom's Facebook post.
Oh.
And she was reported missing. She was reported missing February 18th.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So February 18th, just keep that date in mind. So
Okay.
February 18th, if we go to the missing poster,
okay,
it's marked April 5th, right?
Okay, yes. You
Right?
said February the 18th. Okay.
That's the post, right?
Yes.
And then if we go back to the video that was found by TMZ, where she was walking,
that was in September.
No, not that video. The video where she was walking out of her house when she was like running away. That was March.
Okay, yes, on that video.
Yeah, that was
she
March
was leaving
19th.
the house.
Yeah, so that was March 19th, right?
Okay, let me see, because I keep track of the. Go ahead.
Yeah, that was March 19th. So
okay, sure was March 19th. Celeste leaving her house.
Yeah.
At 7 a.m. Tuesday.
So remember this. Remember March 19th of 2024. That's the date of the video.
It showed March 19, 2024. Celeste leaving her house at 7 a.m. morning on Tuesday.
So that wasn't the first time that she had went to David's house. That wasn't the first time. That was the time.
No, that was not the first time.
That was the first time that she was reported missing. But there's streams. There's screen shots of streams of David's streams on like Twitch and stuff where she's in the background and it's dated December 2023.
Right.
So she had been to David's house, which is crazy to me because being that age, going 80 miles away is like, how would she even get there? You know, like who would?
Right. No, my understanding is that this ain't the first time. That wasn't the first time he picked her up. When we saw that video of her running down the street and walking real fast, turning the corner.
Of course not, because there's videos of them months before that, 3 months before that.
Yeah. Let me say, Sweet Tea, thank you for coming. Thank you, Sweet Tea, and you're number 11. Thank you, Sweet Tea. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's screenshots of her in the background, and it's confirmed that it's her by like her family members.
Right.
And this was December 12th, 2023, right?
Okay.
So
because I keep dates down. Go ahead.
That was one of the streams, right?
Okay. Yeah.
The famous clip that everybody is like posting where they're both in a stream and then he's saying that he media trained her and stuff.
Yeah. She said, is that he said shut it down, delete.
Right, exactly that
And
one.
he said because it said is it controversial? RAPING kids.
Right, exactly
Yeah.
that clip. That was January of 2014. Right? So she was on stream months before she was reported missing, right? On stream with him.
Right. Yeah, she was.
Right?
Right. Now,
Then
you're talking about the second time she's been missing, or was this are you talking about the first time?
well, now we don't know because now we don't even know if she was missing at all the first few times because
Mama and daddy knew she was dating a guy. I mean, mama and brother or somebody knew she was dating somebody named David.
Yeah, she definitely wasn't missing those months, at least the first few months of
And
2020.
I think mama and some family members knew what
of course
that money is rolling in. They ain't got to worry about it.
Of course, like her brothers and like whatever her sister knew because this guy's a big streamer and people watch him all the time. So somebody's gonna see it. A friend or somebody's gonna see, hey, isn't that your sister that just came out in the stream next to this guy that's like that's famous and stuff? But there's another interesting thing about the mother post that I wanted to say real quick before I just end it. But Mercedes Martinez, that's her mother's name, right?
Yeah,
that's her.
I got her mother's name written down.
Yeah, that's her mother's name. So that post that she posted, which was February 18th, there was in the comments, it doesn't say when he commented, but it had to be around that time because it says a year after the screenshot was taken. So it has to be around that time. There's a guy by the name of Alex Carrillo that commented, "Hey, why don't you respond my messages?" I guess he had texted her to the number that she posted, that they had any information about her, right? And she didn't answer that either. And then he posted a screenshot of the text messages that he sent her. It was in Spanish because this guy was Mexican, I believe, and I know Spanish, but I'm gonna find a translation for it real quick so I can read it for you. This is kind of interesting.
Okay, let me just say hello, Terry Matthews. Thank you for coming here, Terry. Let me just ask you a question. Did you get your gift for answering the question? My favorite restaurant. Have you received your gift? I think. Let me see. Make sure. Did you receive that gift? Yeah. Terry Matthews. Let me see. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Okay. Did you receive that gift, Terry? I was looking. Not yet. Okay. I was looking for a receipt because. All right. Thank you, Terry. Go ahead, Jose. Jose, you can go ahead.
Okay, so the text read like this in English because it was in Spanish, so I had to translate it. It said, "A few hours ago, I arrived to the Culiacan Sinaloan International Airport." That's in Mexico, right? So this is the guy telling her that he arrived there, right?
Okay.
While there, I met a young group of girls, escorted by a guy. So there was a bunch of girls around probably Celeste's age, escorted by a guy. Now she's in Mexico. She was in Mexico. This was around that time, like February, right? February 2024.
Okay.
And then it said, in that group of ladies, a girl came up to me and said, "Hey, my name is Celeste Rivas." Now, this guy does not know his mother or anything. This guy's Mexican. He's from Mexico. He does not live in the States. He just happened to bump into her, and she said, "Hey, can you let my mother know that I'm in Mexico, and that my mother's name is or whatever her name is, Mercedes Martinez. Can you look her up on Facebook and type to her and tell her that I'm in Mexico right now?" And the interesting thing that I found about this message was that in Spanish, it said that it seemed that she was with the Tratantes de Blancas, which translates to to the sex traffickers. That's a
Okay.
phrase. That's a
Wait
phrase that
now.
they use.
Make sure we don't say the SES word.
Oh, I'm
SES.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm
Spell it
sorry.
out or say another word or something.
Right. So traffickers. And he said that, you know, one of the girls, her name was Celeste Rivas, and she said that was her daughter. The mother never answered to that text. Never. Like the screenshots show, maybe she did later on, but the screenshots show that she texted her, and it was at a certain time, and it had been like a few hours, and she hadn't responded to that.
Okay. That is strange. Why would she go up to somebody she don't know?
Now she came,
but she wanted to be with them because she won't be running away. She to me, this child was groomed from 11 by him. Let me just say, we got 4 minutes left. I'm going to go ahead and let you do the last 3 minutes.
It had to be. She had to be. The mother had to be in on this because the guy that texted her was like, "Hey, she's coming from the McMillan Airport." How would he know that? Like, how would he know? That's the airport. That's the airport that's closest to Lake Elsinore, where she's from. How would she know that she's coming from there? This guy doesn't even know English. This guy's Mexican. He was just talking to her in Spanish because she knows Spanish, and it seemed like she was being sent to Mexico for, you know, that purpose, and I don't know how she got back, but a few months later she was back home because that was in February. So
that means somebody had to get her a passport because she a child that, you know, because she's still a child,
right?
Don't have money for a passport nor to get fake IDs. That means somebody, I think somebody higher up than David or older than David got the fake IDs, got a passport, got whatever she needed. Driver's license? No,
exactly.
You can't do the driver's license. You got to prove that you're that age. Because
Yeah,
you got to have a birth certificate or something to get a.
So the last video that we saw that she was like arguing with the neighbors, which was like September or something like that. A month before that, she had been in a picture with David on TikTok.
Yeah, I think was that the picture with the purse or something up to her head? Or
that might have been one because there was multiple pictures.
Yeah, it was. It was several of them.
Right. So September, also around the time, I think
we got one more minute.
I think he basically unalived her. I don't want to say the word, but he basically
unalived. You
her.
said the correct word.
Right. Around the time of between April and August, because that's the beginning. That was the beginning of his.
Let me just say this: August 24th. I think it was around August 24th. I think he had a concert. I think that was on a Sunday or something. Or August 20th. It was something. I don't know whether I'm going to pick this question back up tomorrow. I'm going to make a note of it because I want to pick this question back up tomorrow about her being at the August 24th concert because up in the balcony.
Yeah, that wasn't her.
That wasn't her. That face looked just like her, and
that
even the clothes that they described, that because there's only a torso and a head.
That wasn't her. I found out. I found out who it was. It was a girl that looked like her.
Okay, but I got to go. I can't be back tomorrow in my live so we can continue.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Okay, Jose. Okay. Bye bye, guys.
Have a good night.
Bye bye. Love you. Bye bye, everybody.